The morning sun streamed through the glass windows of Miami International Airport as Zara Thompson adjusted her designer blazer. Her Louis Vuitton carry-on rolled smoothly beside her as she approached Gate A12. At 32, she had built her tech company from nothing, and today's flight to New York would seal the biggest deal of her career. First-class passengers, please begin boarding, announced the gate agent. Zara smiled, pulling out her platinum boarding pass. Her confidence radiated as she walked down the jet bridge. Other passengers glanced at her expensive luggage and tailored outfit. She had earned every luxury through years of hard work, determination, and countless sleepless nights building her empire. Zara settled into seat 2A, placing her briefcase in the overhead compartment. The cabin buzzed with pre-flight energy as passengers found their seats. Flight attendant Sarah approached with the champagne cart, her blonde hair pulled back in a tight bun. "Champagne, sir?" Sarah asked the businessman across the aisle, pouring him a glass with a bright smile. "I'll have one too, please," Zara said politely, extending her hand. Sarah's expression shifted. "Oh, I'm sorry. We have a strict policy about. Well, we need to verify payment methods for premium beverages." Zara raised an eyebrow. "I'm in first class. Isn't champagne included?" "It's complicated. Company policy requires additional verification for certain situations," Sarah said, avoiding eye contact. The businessman looked confused. An elderly woman in EB turned around, frowning at the obvious discrimination. Whispers began spreading through the first-class cabin as other passengers sensed the tension building. "Is there a problem here?" asked Dave, the crew manager, appearing with crossed arms and a stern expression. Sarah whispered something in his ear. Dave nodded, then turned to Zara. "Ma'am, we'll need to see additional identification and proof of purchase for any alcoholic beverages." Zara remained calm, her voice steady. "Sir, I paid for first class. Every other passenger received champagne without question. What makes me different?" Dave's jaw tightened. "Company policy is company policy." Several passengers pulled out their phones, recording the obvious discrimination. The elderly woman shook her head in disgust. A young man in Sensi muttered, "This is unbelievable." The tension in the cabin grew thick as more people witnessed the unfair treatment. Zara reached into her briefcase with deliberate calm. "Since you won't serve me your champagne, perhaps I'll enjoy my own." She pulled out an elegant bottle with gold lettering, Thompson Reserve Premium Champagne Collection. The cabin fell silent. Dave's face went pale as he read the label. "My name is Zara Thompson," she announced, her voice carrying across first class. "I own Thompson Wines, one of the largest champagne distributors on the East Coast. This bottle costs more than your monthly salary." Sarah's mouth dropped open. The businessman across the aisle leaned forward, recognizing the prestigious brand name. "You just refused to serve champagne to someone who literally owns a champagne empire," Zara continued, popping the cork with expert precision. The sound echoed through the cabin like a gunshot. Dave stammered, "Ma'am, we didn't know." "Exactly," Zara replied, pouring herself a perfect glass. "You didn't know, but you assumed." Zara stood gracefully, holding her bottle of premium champagne. "Would anyone like to try some real quality?" The elderly woman in EB raised her hand immediately. "I'd be honored." Zara poured her a glass, then moved to the young man who had spoken up earlier. "Thank you for standing up for what's right." One by one, she served champagne to every passenger who had shown support or filmed the incident. The cabin transformed into an impromptu celebration of justice. Meanwhile, phones buzzed with notifications. The recorded videos were already spreading across social media platforms. Hashtags like #Champagne Justice and #Zara Thompson began trending. Dave watched helplessly as his crew's reputation crumbled in real time. Sarah stood frozen, realizing the magnitude of their mistake. "Sir," called out the businessman, showing Dave his phone screen, this video already has 50,000 views. The power had completely shifted. Zara commanded respect through dignity, success, and grace. Before the plane even took off, Zara's phone rang. Ms. Thompson, this is Captain Rodriguez. I sincerely apologize for the unacceptable treatment you received. Within minutes, the airline's regional manager called directly. We're conducting a full investigation. This behavior violates everything we stand for. Dave was immediately suspended pending review. Sarah faced mandatory sensitivity training and disciplinary action. The entire crew watched as their careers hung in the balance. By the time they landed in New York, Thompson Reserve Champagne had gained over 2 million social media impressions. Orders poured in from hotels, restaurants, and private customers who wanted to support her brand. Sometimes the best business strategy is simply being yourself, Zara told reporters at the airport. 3 months later, Thompson once signed exclusive contracts with 5 major airlines. The very company that discriminated against her now proudly served her champagne on every first-class flight. Justice tasted sweeter than vintage champagne.